If I have a 30-minute meeting with a customer and that leads them to a significant amount of spend, there's a level of impact in there that could be essentially can be measured, is where I'm getting at. Now, if I get up in front of 3,000 customers and do a keynote that will have the same level of impact on each of those individuals, now you're thinking more, okay, holy smokes, now there's a level of impact that is orders of magnitude higher. And so that's where my mind's always at. My mind's always at, like, am I going to influence positively a landscape of customers that will either change their mind, right? They'll either be like, oh, I didn't know that Alteryx could do this. I didn't think that this was capable, but now after hearing Joshua, like, perfect. I've changed their mind. I've got them thinking about Alteryx. Or the sales play, right? They're going through and saying, hey, we think Alteryx is great and everything. We're just not sure. And if I can come and be that little, push or the wind that literally tips them over and gets them to engage and to become a customer, there's impact. Like, that's all stuff that potentially has numbers with it. But when you're speaking to 3,000 people, 4,000 people, like, can you measure that exactly? Probably not. But at the end of the day, like, the number one thing I would argue, at least from my perspective, and I'm, learning just as much as everybody else, but it's always being hell-bent on impact, positive impact, and making that stride. I just think, depending on your organization, your level of sophistication, how well is the data and analytics in your company, you might have some levers that can help you to better measure those level of impacts. The last thing I'll just put out there is, I am really, really big and kind of to the point of ad nauseum, is like, I always, after everything I do, I'm like, okay, give me feedback. Tell me, did I make the impact that I thought I would? Did that go well? How do you think it went? Because I'm, one person, and I can only think through that through my own eyes. And I might think it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but the customer or the salesperson might be like, yeah, not so much, or they might say the reverse. And I might think I've completely threw it away, where they're like, you know what, that was the greatest. That was exactly the thing I needed to make this move. So perfect. Exactly what.